Hello everyone, this is Jaykumar Pachigulla of Information Technology Department. Today I am discussing about topic GitHub Respiratory Tracker using GitHub API. Let's start by discussing the goal of this project. The main idea behind the GitHub Respiratory Tracker is to demonstrate how Java can interact with an external API, retrieve useful data and process it for display. This project is ideal for anyone who is new to API integration or who wants to learn more about handling JSON data and make HTTP requests in Java. Now let's dive into how this tool works. When you run the application, it promotes you to enter a GitHub username. Once you provide a username, the program reaches out the GitHub API to retrieve a list of respiratories for that specific user. The data that comes back includes details like the respiratory name, description, and primary programming language used. This information is then parsed and displayed in a clean, user-friendly format. The project is structured around three main classes, each with a specific role. First, we have GitHub config classes. The class holds essential configurations like GitHub API URL and personal access to. The second class is GitHub API helper. This is where the HTTP request is actually made. Here we use Java's HTTP URL connection to establish a GET request to the GitHub API. We also include the authorization header to pass our access token with each request. One important feature is this helper class is the use of connection and read timeouts. Setting these timeouts is critical because it prevents the application from hanging if there are network issues or if GitHub server is slow to respond. In our code, we set both the connection and read timeouts to 5 seconds, meaning the program will stop waiting if the API doesn't respond within a time frame. This keeps the application more responsive, prevents users from waiting indefinitely. Another optimization we have included is pagination. GitHub API by default returns 30 items per page. The final class, GitHub Respiratory Tracker, is the main entry point of the application. This is where we promote the user to enter a GitHub username and call our API helper to fetch data based on that username. Once we get the JSON response from GitHub, we use Google's JSON library to parse it. JSON is a powerful JSON parsing library that makes it easy to navigate JSON objects and arrays in Java. With JSON, we can extract details like respiratory name, description, and language within minimal code. Using a library like JSON keeps the code clean and more readable, and it handles the complexities of JSON parsing for us to give you an idea how the code handles errors. As by running this program, and you can see the hereby output is visible.